this is a typical this is a type of match that Kross had on the Indies that got people to notice and got just
Great
absolute
match.
Destruction of a guy where he gives them a little, sells just enough to make the match believable, but it follows a logical path.
Bro,
he's a big guy. He should not lose to this guy, and he decisively wins at the end.
Takes two to tango, and I thought Gargano did an incredible job of making him look good.
Really enjoyed that match.
He always sells his off.
Yeah.
He's the one taking the bumps and selling.
Yeah.
But if the way this match is booked, this is how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, but for all the Kross haters talking that he can't go, watch this match.
I don't know how you could possibly say that.
But there are. Bro, Disco was telling me. Disco was telling me that. Didn't you tell me that Wade Keller and some other guys were kind of burying him?
Meltzer's not that high.
They don't get it. Okay, everybody's so used to this style of a million false finishes and moves and spots and everything that when a guy comes along that just looks the part and looks like he's supposed to kill these guys, you don't have to make things complicated. Just go out there. You do the simplistic things. You give the big bumps. You don't have to give him like 75 different moves, because that just makes the guy look stronger than he is.
Disco, they want Kross to go out there and work like Brian Cage worked with Ricky Starks. That's what they want. They want because Cage does that.
That's not Kross though.
Yeah.
How do you mean?
Well,
no,
it isn't. It is. You're right. It is not Kross.
In WWE.
Cage should be working like Kross.
Like Kross,
yeah.
Right.
Right. Cage tries to work like the super kick leg slap.
The best thing,
style.
The best thing they can do, I think the best thing they could do with Kross right now is kind of hone in on what he said last week when he was like, I'm here to do this, keep the championship undefeated, and then I'm here to go wrestle. WrestleMania is the main event. Like, I think he should do that and even start acting like NXT's beneath him, too. Like, I'm just here for a cup of coffee. I'm trying to get there.
He's talking like the guy he should be talking like. Bro, he's been in this company. He's been in NXT. Okay, and mind you, I trained this guy. He's been in NXT for over a year. He hasn't lost a match, and he's a 2-time champion.
Yeah,
right.
Every time this guy is like when I turned everybody on this guy years ago. Okay, all the promoters saw what I saw. This guy should be our champion. Okay, this guy looks apart in the year 2021. He looks like $1 million. When he's out there wearing that belt and everything, he looks like a guy that's like should be the champ. He does very simplistic stuff. I'd like him to get a little bit more complicated with his offense and do a little bit more, but he doesn't really have to because the story you tell with this guy is you just can't beat him. He's too big. He sells good enough that the whole thing that makes him good is the fact that he does sell, and he sells like a top guy.
He does, yeah. When
you don't have to do all this complicated spots and running around and stuff and all that.
So when he went to AAA, Disco recommended Kross to Conan, right? Is that how that went?
No, I just talked about him. I watched this guy say we played a couple of his spots on. Like I said, hey, listen, a couple of these guys interviewed. Conan was like, okay, let me look at this guy. Let me check this guy's content out because he had some good YouTube content.
Yeah,
his videos were incredible.
That any promoter could have looked at. Like, it was like, all right, I'm going to use this guy. And you actually told Kross, hey, could you make me one of your videos? And the guy made a video.
Yeah.
For the coming of the what was the group called? Mad,
yeah.
When he did the video for Mad? Yeah.
Did you recommend him to Callis for Impact then, Conan? Is that how he went up in Impact?
Callis called me up. He says, I don't know who this guy is. He goes, but I heard this interview that you told me to listen to the show. He goes, I hired him. Don called me up and told me that. It's like I hired him because I don't know how good this guy could be, but if he's this good, he could be my champion. That's what Don Callis told me.
He could have if things would have worked out.
The only thing I wish he would get would be a more devastating finisher, but
I like
everything else is perfect with him. Like he should be headlining against SummerSlam against Bobby Lashley, not
he makes that choke devastating though.
When I was watching this match, it's like you just said, it's like the perfect balance. Like he didn't completely eat him up like Gargano. He gave Gargano just enough, but it was very decisive still. Like it reminded me a lot of when back when like the original run of Vader when he had the title in WCW and he would give guys just enough, but then he would decisively just
like
pick the
like Vader, like Vader versus Sting. Vader would beat Sting that way.
You know, Sting would get like 15% of the match. You know, but then like
one big move,
make it believable, and then we're done. Yeah.
I saw someone
because here's the thing: is this is the difference between like with having Lashley, Roman, and Kross. And what they're doing is they're building these guys very strong, because the question now is like a thing that they're winning all their matches. Like your question you're asking as a fan is, who's going to beat this guy?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, now you get Samoa Joe. Okay, now Samoa Joe. Oh, maybe Samoa, if he gets him with Kross, he could beat Kross. But now Kross gets heat on him after the match.
That was great.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's the thing they're doing with Roman. It's like, the thing is, this is the difference. In AEW, you got Kenny Omega as the champion, but like his competition is like, he's going toe to toe with these smaller guys. His angles, like, you're not getting the feeling like this guy's unbeatable. He's like ripe to be beat. The guys in WWE, they're building them super strong to where it's like, okay, we know we don't have anybody. If we have this guy just randomly lose to some of these guys, it's not going to be believable. We need to build from the bottom and build up people to beat these guys. And bro, you got to remember, back in the day, Vince McMahon, used to be in the day. Bruno Sammartino was a champion for like 8 years.
Yeah, and then 4.
Backlund was a champion for like 7 years.
Yeah, because
they'd bring in guys, and no, you never really got the idea that anybody could beat them because they were so good until so Ivan Koloff comes in, the Russian Bear, this big guy, and boom, he beats Bruno. Holy
superstar Billy Graham.
Yeah, so exactly. So it's like, when you build yourself up and your persona and your character is that strong, it's like the onus is on the rest of the characters on the show to build their characters up strong too. When you give a promo time, when you get an angle, when you have a beatdown backstage and you have to beat somebody up, bro, it's a perfect example. They brought what's his name up to the main roster, and he had a lot of stinker segments that he needed to look good. What was the guy's? Keith Lee.
Keith Lee. He just got fired too.
He did?
Well, he got fired.
I'm pretty sure they let him go. I saw a thing.
No. He didn't
a couple of days ago, like 2 days ago, saying that he was released. Yeah. I was shocked.
Look that up, Joe. I don't think that's true.
Greetings and salutations, my earthlings.
But I'm just saying, like, remember there was some brawls in the back where his offense looked very
brutal. Let me tell you.
Kross has had a couple times, very few where I didn't like his, like they're doing a brawl and as I said, when you're in a brawl and you're hitting a guy in the back, like it's a pull apart, hit him in the back as hard as you can. The guy's gonna survive.
And I wanted to go back to that Kross thing because I had recommended Kross to Scott D'Amore. I didn't know you had talked to Don Callis. Mm-hmm. But I remember at the time I told him, because I don't use this word much, but when I say somebody special, they're extraordinary, like Kross, like this kid in AAA right now called Vikingo.
Yeah.
And I remember telling him there's 3 special guys on the indies right now you need to get. Fatu, Kevin Kross, and MJF. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't wrong about it. Any 3 of them.
Disco, who spotted him from WWE? What was his connection there?
Well, he actually so this is what happened. Okay, he actually went to WWE and did a tryout a few years ago.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
Did they tell him to get better and get more experience or something?
It's all something.
Travel the world.
But Borash told me that his tryout sucked.
Right.
And and I was like, Jeremy, I go, you could probably put him through the WWE tryout, but that's not. This guy's tryout should not have been in the ring. This guy's tryout should have been, look at this guy's content and his promos. You can take this and stick him in the ring and teach him how to work the WWE style. That's the conversation I had with Jeremy. I was like, like I said, look at the guy's YouTube videos. He's the most in his own videos that he did, he became one of the better well-defined characters of wrestling to the point they haven't changed a thing. That he came up with himself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I saw that, and it's like, wow, this guy he's a great content creator, if you want to use that word these days.
Yeah.
Every vignette he's done, every promo he's done where it's he hasn't had one single stinker.
Even stuff that was kind of out of character, like when he would put videos up for him and Scarlett in like Thailand and when they went. Like that's cool, man. The way he made the videos, and he wasn't cutting promos, but just the videos were real cool. Yeah.
When I was watching wrestling, like when I first started becoming a fan, you would watch wrestling and the champion was always perceived that's the best guy in the company. And when I look at like Omega, it's like I believe there's like 6 or 7 guys that could kick his ass when I watch the show, like the way he's presented, like you said. But when you look at NXT, you look at Kross, he easily looks like the best guy on the show. When I see Kenny Omega jaw-jacking with Evil Uno in the ring, going back and forth in promo, it's like that. Yeah. Like you should have just put the boots to him right away. There should have been no jokes or anything. Like there's no way that would happen in WWE. You wouldn't have a guy like Evil Uno's stature coming in the ring, cutting a promo on Roman Reigns in the ring and back and forth. He would just kick the shit.
Yeah, but Roman Reigns and Kevin Cross are badass. You know, Kenny Omega's not a badass. He's kind of like a chicken. You know.
Yeah. Disco. You know what you made me think of though? If they keep those three champions strong up to Survivor Series, you know how at Survivor Series they do the co-branded matches, Raw versus SmackDown. 1 year it was Raw, SmackDown, NXT. We could potentially see Reigns versus Lashley versus Cross at Survivor Series if they do the champion versus champion, which would be really intriguing in my mind. But here's the key.
Walter in there too.
He's the UK champ.
Yeah.
Well, he just got hurt today.
Did he?
I saw WWE put out a statement saying that I guess they had like a pull apart between him and Ilya Dragunov, and he hurt his left hand.
Who did?
And is supposed to be out for an extended period of time. Walter.
Here's the.
They had a pull apart.
That's what.
I want to show. I want to show you
Yeah.
something. Okay, Joe, I just sent you this. Okay, this is like the first video that I saw of Cross. Okay, because I've seen him in the FSW shows, but I hadn't done his content. Right. This is the first one I saw that I was like, this guy's like good. Producing, like he knows what he's doing here.
Okay.
Play this video, Joe.
Okay.
I sent it to your Twitter inbox.
Yep, I got it.
And what I found is it says breaking news: WWE medical staff has confirmed Walters suffered a severe injury to his left hand, has been deemed unfit to compete for a scheduled rematch.
Good.
Are you ready?
They should work that into an angle, like he can't do his chop or something.
It must be serious if he's going to be out of action.
Okay, this is the first video I watched Cross. But I'm just saying, you watch a vid, like I watched this guy, like that's like a great video for anybody coming into a company. Like, you know, like if this guy's coming into your company, just play this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And like you know exactly who this guy is. You know?
Yeah, you could build that over like 4 weeks of TV, chop that up into 4 little segments, build it up, and then debut on TV.
But like I said, the guy just got it. You know, I'm watching stuff that's why I told Conan, I said this guy's content is like as good as anybody else's. You know, so that was good stuff. So
here's what I like about
heavy physical we just watched.
Yeah, and the calm down moment was great. Here's what I like about Kevin a little bit though is that I noticed on his Twitter he would quote movies that I knew really well. I'm like, oh, we like the same shit. So every now and then I'll talk to him and I'll send him a book recommendation or, oh, do you read this author? And he always knows who I'm talking about. He's like, oh yeah, I have all Bukowski's books or whatever. You know, it's like, dude's smart too. You know.
Yeah, he's very educated. Yeah. All right, so that's a NXT. That was a very good close to the show, and it's been building up for Joe. Good. I'm sure they're going to do. They'll probably work SummerSlam weekend. Maybe they'll actually be on SummerSlam.
I was going to say that. I wish they would.
They might put that on SummerSlam. You know, what do you think they might put that on SummerSlam, Conan?
Depends on if they.
I don't think they would.
I mean, it should. It's like the NXT. Think about this. You put all the brands on SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Like, he's the NXT championship. Why would he not have a championship match on SummerSlam? You know?